back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I am on a financial freedom journey with my family. I share all about that and more on this channel. Today, I'm going to be sharing our I almost said July. I feel like my brain has not caught up with the fact that it is actually November now. But we are going to be going over our October net worth and financial goals update. I film these every single month just to give you guys an update on where we're at for our net worth and our financial goals for 2022. So we are coming in on the end of 2022. So it's been interesting to see how we have done with our financial goals this year because like I said, there's only 2 more months left of the year. So it's been quite the adventure this year. We've done a lot of things and this year has just flown by. So we're going over October here, like I said. So for our emergency fund, we finished our emergency fund in April, I think. So that has been completed at $14,829. The reason that's such an odd amount is because our goal was $20,000 and we started the year with $51.71. So that was the amount that we needed to get us up to that $20,000 emergency fund, and that is at 100% completed. So for October, we are focusing on our 2 remaining goals for the year, which are our house savings and our Roth IRA. So if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, we initially were saving for a house fund in the beginning of the year, and then we actually purchased our home in August. So we kind of have transitioned that into like a home maintenance fund. So I'm still just counting it all towards house savings because in reality, it's all money that we've just been saving. So, we have spent most of this, unfortunately, on our house. So we don't actually have this much in our house savings anymore, but we are still working on saving for our house ultimately. So that's why we still have it under here. So for October, we saved $700. So if you guys have been watching my Debt-Free Friday videos, I've talked a little bit about how we've switched focus from our house savings to a Roth IRA because I really want to finish that before December 31st. So we are switching focus from our house savings to a Roth IRA because we really want to finish that by December 31st. That is our plan moving forward for the next 2 months of the year. So we're just going to see how far we can get. So like I said, for October, we saved $700 in our house fund. We have saved a total of $16,750 this year. And we had an original goal of $25,000, although we've kind of edited that goal over the year. So it's kind of not really even right anymore, but I just kind of left it as like a stretch goal if we could save up more. So we do have a remaining of $8,250, but like I said, we're not really focusing on this goal anymore. So it's unlikely that we'll actually reach this goal, but it is what it is. We'll just keep chugging along and seeing how far we can get. And so we are 67% of the way to that goal. And for October, for our Roth IRA, we were able to put $1,180 into my Roth IRA for 2022. And that brings us to a total of $3,425 on a goal of $6,000, which is the amount to max it out. And that leaves the remaining of just about $2,500. And we were at 57% of that goal. So that's really exciting, but yeah, I'm really hoping that we'll be able to max this out by December 31st. Then we did have a goal of a 529 savings. So this was kind of like a backseat goal. Like if we had reached all of our other goals that we would focus on this one. I'm not anticipating that we'll have a lot go towards this, although we might put something towards it in like November or December. It just kind of depends, but not a huge focus. My kids are still very young. And they do have money going into the 529 from other family members, like on their birthdays and usually for Christmas. And so they are getting money put into it every year. It's just not a lot. So I do eventually want to focus on this more. But for now, I feel like we just need to get our finances in order and our savings in a good place and make sure that we have like our retirement on track and all of that. So I'm going to focus on us first. It's kind of like that saying that like put your own life jacket or like mask on first when you're in a plane before you help others. So I'm really just focusing on my husband and I and making sure that we're in good shape because ultimately, like these are our children and I don't want them to be burdened with us when we're older. So I want to just make sure that we are in a really good place with our investing and savings and all of that. And then we will focus more on their savings and their college education. So that's just kind of my philosophy for it right now. I don't know if I'm going to have a goal for this for 2023. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. We have kind of temporarily removed it for 2023 because we do have a couple of other goals that I feel like are priority for us. So we'll see. Or maybe I'll just make it like a smaller goal. I don't know. I'm still not like, we've been talking about our 2023 financial goals for like It feels like months at this point, and I still don't feel like I know exactly what we want to do, but we'll see. So total for the year of 2022, we have put $35,104 towards financial goals. Now keep in mind that is not actually considering the amount that we put into our 401ks through our employers. So that's actually on top of this, which I think is incredible. I'm so proud of that. We did have an initial goal of $47,800 towards financial goals, but we did actually have, with buying our new house, our mortgage is more expensive. So we just have some different expenses and things that have come up since then. So I don't think we're going to be able to hit that goal. That would be a remaining of $12,700, and we only have 2 more months left. So I highly doubt we will be reaching the goals that we had originally set. But like I said, a lot has changed over the year, and that's totally fine. So we're at 73%, and I believe we should be at like 83%. So we're quite behind, but like I said, a lot of things have changed over the year, and I am very, very, very happy with where we're at. So no complaints here. And I'm hoping next year our goals will be probably on this like $35,000 range, just because that seems like it's realistically what we can probably put towards our goals. So we will be probably scaling them back a little bit for next year, just knowing that we have a more expensive home and our mortgage is more expensive, and we have 3 kids now. And when we started this year, January 1st, we only had 2 kids, and now we have 3. So there's quite a lot more expenses and things that have come up over this year, and our lives have changed pretty drastically since January 1st. So we also did have 2 additional goals that we actually met in January. My husband and I both increased our contributions to our 401k. So that has been done for quite a while. So we just basically checked that off. So that'll be good. And then moving down to our net worth here. So our net worth as of October 31st, our home value is $500,000. We've been leaving that as is, and we probably won't touch that until next year. I don't really know. It's very, very hard for us to put a value on our house right now because it is a new build, and there's not a lot of other homes built in our neighborhood right now besides us. So it's very hard for us to value our house. And actually it's not even on Zillow to value it because it's not like existent to them yet. So yes, I don't know. So we'll just probably leave it at that for a while. That's actually a little bit more than we paid for the house, but it's a little bit less than what it actually appraised for. So if you've been watching these videos, I think back in September or August, I talked a little bit about that because our house, I think it appraised at 505 or 510, and we paid about 490. So it's a little bit more than we paid, but a little bit less than it appraised at. So it's just a nice round number. So I just put it at that. But like I said, eventually we'll update that, but I'm not too concerned about it. We just built it, so I feel like it still is worth what we pretty much have paid for it. So that's that. For our HSA, we do have a health savings account because we do have a high deductible health plan. So if you guys have been around here for a while, we started this year, I think at around $7,000. So we've been eating away at the money in this account intentionally because we had a baby. So we had a lot of medical bills in the beginning of the year. And now we've just been using it as just random. So we had a couple of like dental bills, and like I ordered contacts. I don't remember if that was last month or this month, but either way, we do use this money. So it doesn't just sit here. We do use it. And I would love to like eventually use it as more of like an investment vehicle. But for now, we actually just use it for health, dental, and vision expenses. And we plan to continue to do that in the future. So yes, it is at $3,650, which is almost exactly what it was last month. Like I said, we did contribute a little bit to it this month, but then we also had some expenses. So it's pretty much the same. Also pretty much the same is our retirement and savings. So this is our 401k, my Roth IRA, and then our savings accounts. So we have our emergency fund and then all of our sinking funds. And then this is also like the reserve that we have in our checking account. So it's a huge number, and it's a lot of little accounts kind of that just add up to this. So it is at $195,600. So it's up a little bit from last month, but I did pull this when the market had kind of started to come back a little bit. So yeah, do with that as you may, but the market was like way down and then way up, and then I don't know. So I just pulled it as of the 31st, and that's what it was. So $195,600 was our retirement and all of our savings. I just do it as one number just for privacy and just to keep it simple because I don't want to sit here and have to list out all of our accounts because it's very confusing. But yes, so that is like all of our money basically besides like our HSA and our brokerage. I do break out our brokerage because I just like to see this number myself. I did actually put some of my personal spending money in it this month. That was really exciting because I had built up some personal spending money in my own personal spending. I really don't spend my personal spending money very much. My husband's kind of the opposite. He's like, when can I get my money for the next month? And I'm kind of like, whatever, like I just don't spend it. So clearly, I mean, I would say we're both kind of spenders, but like, I don't know, I just don't really use my personal spending money very much. So I actually transferred some of it over to the brokerage because I personally just enjoy watching that account grow and seeing it. So I did transfer some money over there. So our brokerage account right now is at M1 Finance. I truly enjoy that platform. I really recommend it to you guys if you need to open a brokerage. And my Roth IRA is actually also on M1. So check the pinned comment in my bio if you guys want to check out M1. I think they have $10 right now if you open an account. So it's $10 free to invest. So it's definitely worth opening an account in my opinion. So yes, like I said, we are at $1,750. I'm really excited for this to break $2,000, which probably isn't going to happen this year, but eventually, hopefully. We don't really put any money into it right now from our own money because we obviously have other goals that we're focused on. And in my opinion, brokerage is not super important to us right now because we have other better investment opportunities through our HSA, our Roth, and our 401k. So brokerage, not a huge priority right now, but maybe eventually it will be. And then we have our car value at $17,000. I haven't updated this. I probably will update it in January. I'm not sure if it's changed. We have a 2018 CRV. So I think this is actually a low estimate. The last time I checked it, it was like crazy high. It was like $26,000, which is nuts. It's more than we even paid for it. I will keep an eye on that and I'll probably update it in January, like I said. So we have a total asset amount of $718,000 exactly. Like I said, I do round these numbers off. So this is like an estimate, of course, because net worth is just an estimate anyway. So it's just easier to round these numbers off. So $718,000 in assets, which is nuts. Like what? This is crazy. It feels very like grown up. So our only liability right now is our mortgage. So, oh, I did want to mention actually, because I kind of am like in a weird place with this right now, because if you guys have followed me for a while, we do have, or I personally have federal student loans. Well, I had them and then I paid them off. And if you guys are familiar with my channel, you know all of this already, but I paid them off in 2021, the December 31st, actually, of 2021, I paid off all of my student loans. And I actually got a refund of $10,000 because of the, at that time, pending student loan forgiveness, and now it's looking like that's less likely to happen. It could definitely still happen, but there's issues with it right now and lawsuits and all of that. So not sure what's going to happen with that. So I kind of feel like I'm lying a little bit because we do technically have $10,000 of student loans again, but instead of putting it on here, I actually have just removed it from here because technically we have $10,000 more than this, but I removed it from here and then it kind of cancels it out. So let me know what you guys think. Should I like put it on here again or should I leave it? I don't know. I don't personally feel like I still have that debt because like I said, I have that $10,000 set aside. It's not counted towards anything. It's just completely sitting in my account untouched, and at any point I can just pay that completely off in full. And if we do get word that this cancellation is absolutely not happening, like for sure, I will just pay it off again. That's my thought on it. But anyways, I wanted to bring it up because I feel like it's a little bit not truthful saying that this is our only liability because technically it's not. But anyways, in my opinion, our liability right now is our mortgage, and we do still have that student loan, but whatever. As of right now, I'm just going to consider our mortgage our only debt right now, and then you guys let me know in the comments what you think. So our mortgage right now is at $369,400. So we are paying off about $600 a month. This is actually rounded down a little bit, so it's actually like $369, like $470 or something. I don't know. I just rounded it down to be easier, but yes. So we're paying about $600 a month, or like it's like $580 a month on our mortgage. We are actually paying a little bit additional from our principal. If you guys have watched my budget videos or any videos like that, I've talked a little bit about that. We just round our mortgage payment up. So we're actually paying a little bit more on our mortgage, which is really exciting. So like I said, that dropped about $600 from the month prior. Let's move down here to get our net worth. So our net worth currently as of October 31st is $348,600, which was an increase of $1,400. Not bad. I'm really excited that we still had an increase because of how the stock market was. It was like all over the place, I feel like, in the month of October. So I'm super happy that we still had an increase even with all of the craziness that happened. So yes, very excited. Our net worth has jumped up a lot. It's basically risen almost $100,000. That is greatly in part due to the home that we sold. So I do feel like that's not super like, it's not all us, if that makes sense. That was definitely a huge part of it, was selling our house and getting much more than we expected for it. So we're almost at 350,000 again, which is exciting. I'm really excited to get over 350 again. So our milestone tracking, obviously we did not meet any milestones this month, so I don't have anything to report here. We did meet our last milestone of 300,000 in August when we did sell our house and buy our new house. So that is it. That's all I have for you guys for this video. Let me know in the comments down below, what would you do about your student loan if you had the same thing? Would you put it back into your liabilities, or should I just leave it off? I'm like very tossed up. Let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you guys on Friday. Bye guys.